As night falls, the lanterns light up, so you stood, awkwardly in the luxurious hotel lobby. Dressed in cheap street vendor goods, the people round were wearing expensive dresses, and their eyes were full of contempt and ridicule. Today she came to attend a business dinner on behalf of her sister, unexpectedly. As soon as she stepped into this magnificent place, she was like a little sheep that had accidentally entered the wolf pack. Suddenly, there was a commotion in the crowd as a tall and imposing man walked in. His name is Lu Tingzuan, and he is a well-known domineering CEO in the business world. He is rumored to have ruthless tactics and decisive decisions, which have scared countless competitors. So you gaze inadvertently met his, in those deep eyes she meant to hide endless secrets, causing her heart to inexplicably panic. Lu Tingzuan also noticed this girl dressed plain, but with stubborn eyes in this situation full of vanity and calculation. She is like a clear spring, appearing out of place, his mouth slightly curved upwards, with a hint of playfulness. As he walked towards Suyu was so nervous that her palms were sweating. She wanted to escape but found her legs as heavy as lead. Lu Tingzuan walked up to her in a low and magnetic voice, saying in this mixed place, "You don't seem like you ray here for a dinner party. You ray more like you ray loss." Suyu bit her lip and mustered up the courage to look up. "I'm just here for my sister. I'll be leaving soon." Lu Tingzuan looked at her with interest, feeling an impulse to protect her. At this moment, Suyu's sister Suyao walked over holding Aman's arm. Seeing Suyu and Lu Tingzuan standing together, a hint of jealousy and anger flashed in her eyes. "Oh, Suyu, you really know how to cling to the powerful. You even hooked up with the CEO of Shanglu." Suyao said in a sarcastic tone. Suyu's face turned red as she was about to argue, but Lu Tingzuan reached out and hugged her waist, pressing her tightly against him. "This is my woman. If anyone dares to bully her in the future, they will have a hard time with me." Lu Tingzuan. Suyu widened her eyes in surprise, completely surprised that Lu Tingzuan would say such a thing. Suyao and the man beside her turned pale in an instant and left with a gloomy expression. Suyu wanted to break free from Lu Tingzuan's embrace, but was held even tighter by him. "What? Want to cross the river and demolish the bridge?" Suyu blushed and said, "Why did you hug me? We don't even know each other." Lu Tingzuan looked at her with a hint of subtle tenderness in his eyes and said, "I didn't know either. I just can't stand others bullying you." After the dinner, Lu Tingzuan brought Suyu to his car. The night view outside the car window quickly swept by, and the atmosphere inside the car was ambiguous, intense. Suyu's shirt was beating faster and faster. Unsure of what would happen next, Lu Tingzuan suddenly stopped the car and turned to look at her. "Suyu, from now on you are my woman, and you will protect you." Suyu's shirt was in chaos. She didn't know whether to refuse or accept this domineering CEO's sudden confession. Suyu's heart was like surging waves. Unable to calm down for a long time, she looked at the domineering and mysterious man in front of her. In Lu Tingzuan's deep eyes she meant to have an invisible magic that made her deeply. "I am immersed in it. You don't joke around. I'm just an ordinary girl, not from the same world as you." Suyu stuttered, trying to stay rational. The corner of Lu Tingzuan's mouth slightly curled up, with a hint of unquestionable determination. "In my world there is nothing impossible. From the first time I saw you, I recognize you." After speaking, he gently held Suyu's hand, and the warm and powerful touch made Suyu's shirt tremble suddenly. In the following days, Lu Tingzuan began to pursue Suyu fiercely. He would send someone to deliver a large bouquet of beautiful roses to Suyu every day, and also appear at her workplace, taking her to eat various delicious foods and experience luxurious life. At first, Suyu resisted strongly, feeling that this kind of life did not belong to her, and she was afraid of falling into this seemingly beautiful trap. However, Lu Tingzuan's persistence gradually moved her. Once, Suyu encountered a difficult problem at work and was falsely accused by a colleague, facing the crisis of being fired. Upon learning of this, Lu Tingzuan immediately mobilized his network and resources to help her uncover the truth, and also punished her colleagues who falsely accused her at that moment. So you looked at the busy figure of Lu Tingzuan and her defense line completely collapsed. They are officially together, so you gradually integrated into Lu Tingzuan. As social circle, however, their relationship did not receive everyone's blessings. Lu Tingzuan's mother, a noble and dignified noblewoman, firmly opposes their being together, in her opinion. So you comes from an ordinary background and is simply not worthy of her son. One day, Lu's mother invited Suyu to a high-end coffee shop. Suyu arrived at the appointment with a nervous heart, and when she saw the cold gaze of Lu Mu, she couldn't help but feel a wave of nervousness in her heart. Suyu, I know you rave with Tingzuan now, but I hope you can leave him. What our Lu family needs is a daughter-in-law from a similar family, not a girl from an ordinary background like you. Lu's mother said bluntly, without any room for negotiation in her tone. Suyu's face turned pale as she bit her lip and said, Auntie, Tingzuan and literally love each other. Love knows no background. Lu's mother sneered. Truly in love, don't be naive. Love is worthless in the face of reality. What do you think you can bring to Tingzuan? It's just a drag on his career. Suyu say is slightly turned red as she tried to stay calm. Auntie, I will work hard to make myself better, and you will prove that I am worthy of Tingzuan. Lu's mother looked at her disdainfully and said, What effort do you put in? Do you think effort can change everything? I'll give you some money, and you leave Tingzuan and never appear in his life again. With that, Lu's mother took out Akik from her bag and threw it on the table. Suyu looked at the check, her heart filled with humiliation. She stood up and said, Auntie, I won't leave Tingzuan for money. I believe our love can withstand the test. After speaking, she left the coffee shop without looking back. After returning home, Suyu's mood was extremely low. She didn't know how to face Lu's mother's opposition, nor did she know how far this relationship could go. Lu Tingzuan noticed something was wrong with her, and under his questioning, Suyu told him the whole story. Lu Tingzuan tightly hugged her and comforted her. You, don't pay attention to my mother. You will have a good talk with her and I won't let you suffer. However, Lu Mu did not stop there. She started causing trouble in Lu Tingzuan's company, trying to make him give up on Suyu. Lu Tingzuan has to deal with the company's crisis, while also calming Suyu's emotions, and the pressure is increasing. In a heated argument, Lu Tingzuan said to Suyu, Please leave for a while. I'll come find you when I solve the company's problems and my mother's issues. Suyu widened her eyes and couldn't believe her ears. Tingzuan, do you think I'm your burden too? Lu Tingzuan sighed helplessly and said, You am doing this for your own good. The situation is too complicated now, and it will be safer for you to leave here. Suyu left. Lu Tingzuan shone with great sadness. She returned to her small and rudimentary rental house, tears streaming down her face and control. Ably, she felt like an abandoned bird, losing its warm nest. During the days of leaving Lu Tingzuan, Suyu worked hard to lift herself up. She began to study hard and improve her abilities. She found a new job and is busy and fulfilled every day. However, she could never let go of Lu Tingzuan in her heart. On the other hand, after Suyu left, Lu Tingzuan worked even harder to solve the company's crisis and his mother's problem as soon as possible. He ran around and battled with competitors, finally achieving victory in a crucial business negotiation and temporary relieving the company's crisis. However, his mother still strongly opposes him being with Suyu. Lu Tingzuan was caught in a dilemma between the woman she deeply loved and the mother who raised her. Just when Lu Tingzuan felt extremely confused, Suyu suddenly appeared in front of him. At this moment, Suyu is no longer the naive and insecure girl. She is dressed in appropriate professional attire, and her eyes reveal confidence and strength. Tingzuan, I am back. I figured it out. No matter what difficulties you encounter, I won't run away anymore. Let's face them together. Suyu said firmly. Lu Tingzuan looked at Suyu in front of him. His heart filled with surprise and emotion. He tightly held Suyu's hand and said, Yu, I thought you wouldn't come back. Suyu smiled and shook her head. Tingzuan, how could I bear to leave you? Let's face your mother's opposition together. So Lu Tingzuan brought Suyu to his mother again. Seeing Suyu, Lu's mother's face remained cold. Tingzuan, why did you bring her back? Didn't I say I wanted her to leave you? Lu Tingzuan took a deep breath and said, Mom, I know you're really doing it for my own good. But Yu and I truly love each other. Moreover, Yu had been working hard to improve herself these days, and she had become very outstanding. I believe she can become a good daughter-in-law. Suyu also stepped forward and sincerely said, Auntie, I know I come from an ordinary background, but you will use my actions to prove that I can bring happiness to Tingzuan. You will strive to integrate into this family and be a good wife and daughter-in-law. Lu's mother looked at their firm eyes and her attitude began to waver. After some conversation, Lu's mother finally let go. Okay, I can give you a chance, but Suyu, you have to behave well and not let me down. Suyu and Lu Tingzuan looked at each other with asthma, their hearts filled with joy. However, just as they thought everything was going to be on track, a mysterious woman suddenly appeared in their lives. This woman's name is Lin Wanner. She was a childhood playmate of Lu Tingzuan and has always loved him deeply. Seeing Lu Tingzuan and Suyu together, her heart was filled with jealousy and resentment. Lin Wanner began to use any means necessary to sabotage their relationship. She deliberately pretended to be weak and helpless in front of Lu Tingzuan, making him feel pity. She also fabricated Ali, saying that Suyu had other men outside. At first, Lu Tingzuan didn't believe it, but Lin Wanner's acting was too realistic, and coupled with some seemingly plausible evidence, Lu Tingzuan began to have two BTS in his heart. Suyu noticed the change in Lu Tingzuan and felt very aggrieved and sad. Tingzuan, why don't you believe me? You're the only one in my heart. Suyu said with tears in her eyes. Yu, I don't want to doubt you either, but the evidence in front of me makes me have to believe it. Lu Tingzuan frowned. The conflict between them is getting deeper and their relationship is becoming increasingly tense. Suyu didn't know how to prove her innocence, while Lu Tingzuan was also caught in a painful decision. He didn't know who to trust, whether it was Suyu, whom he loved deeply, or Lin Wanner, whom he grew up with since childhood. At this critical moment, Suyu decided to investigate the truth on her own. She inquired around and finally found evidence that Lin Wanner had fabricated Ali. She came to Lu Tingzuan with evidence and said, Tingzuan, this is the evidence that Lin Wanner fabricated. I was wrongly accused. Lu Tingzuan looked at the evidence with guilt in his heart and said, Yu, I wrongly accuse you. He showed in to easily believe what others say. After the storm, the relationship between Lu Tingzuan and Suyu had become even deeper. They also became more determined to be together, and Lin Wanner saw that her conspiracy had failed, so she had to leave dejectedly.